Welcome, mortal fools, to the most terrifying, spectacular show on Earth. Fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight. And take a ride with the Dark Carousel podcast. Welcome, mortals! Let's fucking ride! On the DC
Five people, Mr. Potter. Well, you know what you are? You're a little bitch. That's right, you're a bitch, and I bet you'd like to suck it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you are.
Jesus
You're a
Christ.
little.
That's a way to start the fucking show. Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a little bitch.
boys and girls, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast where all your nightmares come true. Ladies and gentlemen,
Actually, they only come true if you pay.
what, for nightmares?
We charge around here for those.
It's like prostitution.
Yeah.
But it's free. No, it's not free because you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's legal. No, we have to have a license. Who has to know?
I don't know.
What's up, guys? It is a new episode, and we're really excited because it's an interview with Jess FX from Reaper's Revenge out in Pennsylvania. Before we get into this lovely little interview, you know what we're doing. Yeah. It's Frankenfuel. Frankenfuel, guys. You ever been franked before? Let me tell you how it
I
gets
think
done.
Mike needs to send one of those hamster bottles. And we were like,
Oh no, we need to get like a little string and just
well,
like
you can't see it up there.
No.
We need
no.
Ooh.
We get a little string and
Mike, if you're watching the show, we need a big can. A big one.
an inflatable.
Well, no, I want a big can. That way we can and put a tap on it. That way we can constantly keep it full, and we like do Wayne's World and have like little straws.
But that'd be funny if we get like a little button and be like,
Yeah.
it's like Frankenfuel, and then it goes right
Yep.
back, like one of the little microphones.
Or we can just do the sign, like a digital sign, come down, and then just go right back up.
That'd be cool.
There you go. Frankenfuel.
Frankenfuel. Yeah, guys, if you haven't been franked before, get some Frankenfuel. Go to www.frankenfuel.com/DCP.
Yeah, that's another question I was going to ask
Get
him.
15% off your next purchase.
How come motherfuckers, they're getting to hold the doll and shit? I've been seeing that a lot on Instagram. Everybody else gets to hold the doll.
We'll get to hold the doll of Transworld, Mr. Sweets. It will happen. It's going to happen because, Transworld is at the end of March, and we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a fun fucking time.
It'll be nice just the fact that we ain't going to drive nowhere.
Yeah, and like, dude,
We can park it and we can walk everywhere.
and we get to meet everybody that we've talked to. Well, not everybody, majority of everybody.
Yeah.
Definitely going to meet Mike and Mandy. Mandy, sorry. Mindy. I don't know who else.
well, hopefully a couple of those people will be showing up. Hopefully Whitty will come, and
He's coming. I heard he's coming.
hopefully a bunch of people come. Hopefully it'll be a good time.
I got me some spooky little bats tattooed. Look at my little bats, guys. I got 6 of them.
Squeak.
Little squeaky, dude. Freaks come out at night. Freaks come out at night. I got me my little bats. But yeah, I got me technically 6 tattoos last night, which was really exciting. Guys, a lot of stuff is happening. Big things, fun things. Talked with Mike from Frankenfuel about a few things with an upcoming interview, dude. And like, dude, this is gonna probably change a lot of stuff in upcoming stuff, dude. And it's just like the journey, the excitement is freaking real. And honestly, I am pumped about it because it's like it's low key like a new world, but it's still in the haunt world. You scooping when I'm pooping. Yeah. So it's still in the haunt world, but it's more of a introduction into the haunt world. I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet because it's oh, it's gonna be so cool. Really fucking can't wait. I cannot fucking wait.
I did send you. All right, about to say I did send that link to you.
Yeah, I sent it. Yeah, but other than that, haunt season is almost over, guys. Sad story. But it now just gives us time to
3 weeks left.
build for 10 months and get right back to it. So it's never over, fellers. It's never over. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. It has been a good week for me. It's been a good week for you.
It's been a boring week for me.
Yeah. Hola. Hi.
Hello.
Finally.
Welcome.
Well,
How are you?
Well, good, good. Well, we're really excited to finally dive deep a little bit into that brain of yours and see where this thing goes. I know Dinwiddie talked highly of you, and he was the one who was like, "Dude, you just gotta get a hold of her." I'm like, "All right, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." So here we are on the Dark Carousel. I'll introduce myself. My name is Arthur, and you've been talking to me on Instagram and stuff, and been chatting back and forth. And,
Actually, I chatted on there today. I'm the one that said Zoom when she asked what platform.
and then Steve was in there too. So,
Yeah.
and he's the other owner, and we're the Dark Carousel podcast, and I'm really excited to finally talk to you and dive deep in that brain of yours. And but yeah, you have any questions for us before we start this lovely little show?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of them.
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Let's just bust this out. But thank you so much for taking time out of your day and doing this with us.
Oh, of course.
Really, really excited about this and get to learn about your haunt, learn about how your journey has started into this lovely little world of haunting, and what really got you into art, the makeup aspect, and and how we usually start that off is basically asking, who are you and what haunt do you come from?
So I'm Jess, and I work at Reaper's Revenge. I've been there probably, I think it's like 5 seasons now. I don't know.
So, what got you into? So you are at Reaper's Revenge, and that is located in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, technically it's like Blakely, PA.
Okay.
It comes up like a bunch of different locations, but yeah, it's technically Blakely.
Okay. Where's that located? Like, what's it near?
It's probably like 10 minutes out from like Scranton.
Okay, cool. So like, okay, I gotta think. Okay, I know where that's at. Cool. And so like, what really got you into working at Reaper's Revenge?
So it's funny because I hated Halloween the majority of my life.
How dare
Until I
you
was
say
probably
that?
like probably until I was like 13. I was terrified. But I'm also the same person that's afraid of my own shadow.
Right.
So it really doesn't make sense. But here we are.
Yeah.
And my parents used to do like home haunting a lot. And they would do like these crazy Halloween parties and I would just hide. I would hide upstairs in my room and but like my whole family would get into it and they would all just like spend Halloween at our house. And so we had like we lived in a house that had a cemetery like in our yard, so it was like perfect for them to do like a whole haunted like walkthrough thing.
Like, you had a cemetery actually like in your yard?
It was so like our house was here and like part of our property was still till the end of the cemetery, and it was like just a single family, and you can Google them actually.
Really?
It comes up, and so it was just like the perfect thing to like make a giant walkthrough because we had like a side driveway, and then you would like walk around and then come up through the cemetery, and then you would come out right there onto the sidewalk.
Jeez, that's a weird spot to have a fucking grave.
Hey,
Well, yeah, as I got older, I like looked into it because I was like, okay, I'm curious of who these people actually are. And then it's weird because the street behind our house was named Herman's Ave, and it was the Herman's family that was all buried there.
Oh, did they tell you how they died?
No, it's really vague information you get.
I think I think the way they died is probably because people are building home haunts on their cemetery.
Maybe,
I'm just
but I
kidding.
do remember that house was like the creepiest house I ever lived in.
That's
Like the
so
weirdest,
cool though.
the weirdest shit would happen in there, and that's one thing. Like I lived there until I was probably about 12.
Mm.
And I just remember it just being the creepiest, most weird house. And then it like stuck in my family. Like we moved out and like my aunt moved in. And then my aunt moved out and then one of my uncles moved in.
What?
And
the
like
hell?
now my niece's dad lives there and has lived there for like the past 5 years. It's so weird.
You guys,
I don't know why it's like stuck
keeping
to
it
us.
in the family.
Yeah, you guys are the new Hermans. That's pretty wild. So you started off, being afraid of Halloween, didn't really like Halloween. Your family was doing home haunts and stuff. But what got you interested in working at Reaper's Revenge? Did you like go through when you were a kid? What made you like overcome your fear of just doing it?
So like one day I kind of just like was intrigued by like the special effects makeup, and then I started doing it at home. And then my friend Ashley actually has worked at Reapers since 2013, back in like the grease paint era.
Mm-hmm.
So like for a while, like I think starting in like 2018, like I would write her all the time and be like, "Hey, like how can I get in there? Like how do I be a part of all this?" And me being oblivious me, apparently Jess O'Reilly, who is our head of makeup, was sending me invites to like come join and all this stuff, and I just was dismissing it and just missed the notifications. So yeah, and then eventually 2021, I realized that she was actually writing me and reaching out to
Oh
me.
my gosh. Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, 2021 was my first season, and then here we are.
Man, you started after the pandemic. Wow.
Yeah,
Man, the pandemic year of haunting was wild. Honestly, I'll say it to this day. It was probably the best year of haunting because everybody's energy and the feeling of finally being free out of their own prison was it was great because you finally had human interaction. You had people with genuine feelings that love to be out in the world instead of people looking at you and
Well, it
calling
worked
you.
good for us because most of the places around us were closed. We were like one of the only ones in our area
Yeah,
open.
and dude, it was such a cool moment to just go out there and breathe the air without turning into a zombie. And unfortunately, we were zombies, so we got it before them. So that was a cool part. And that was the first year I ever got COVID because I ended up getting it literally right after haunt season, and then I missed my banquet. And dude, that sucked. But it was funny because he got COVID, I got COVID, so we got to stay home for 2 weeks. And we were we we built we built a theme park on Minecraft for like 2 weeks straight, and
Yeah.
dude, it was the best 2 weeks of my life because my old lady locked me in my kids' room, probably about the size of our studio, and I was in pure panic mode. And like I had a little one. That was just a wild fucking year, but cool. So 2021 is when you started. Now, did you ever go through Reaper's Revenge before you worked there?
yes, I used to go there religiously at least every year.
Okay.
It was like it's the closest haunt to us at the well, starting at the time that was the closest haunt to us. And then like a couple more have opened since then, but that was always like one of the go-to places to go.
Mm, okay. So like how did you get into like what keeps you from coming back every year, and like what got you started into doing the makeup aspect? Like I know you said that you were really big into like learning about airbrush makeup and they were reaching out to you, but when did you start falling in love with it?
So I had never touched an airbrush until I started there. And it was just like there's so I was always like big on like social media and Instagram. So a lot of the people I follow now who I've been lucky enough to like meet, um, they were always like my motivation to like keep learning and knowing that there was like so many different techniques out there and so many different like ideas to come up with. And like there's been times where I beat the shit out of myself. I was like, I can't do this. I'll never be good enough. Like the whole nine, as any regular person would be. But like I don't know, it's just you find it brings a lot of peace. The chaos of the mountain and airbrushing and the makeup room. It just you find your pieces within the chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
No,
yeah, honestly, like to be honest with you, like when so I was always an actor for all the way up until when did I do makeup room? Was that 2020 or is that 21?
21.
So 21 is when I actually picked up an airbrush gun for the first time. But I've always acted, and I've always did cream based paint because I was always a clown. So I never really fucked with the airbrush because I like the cream based paint when you baby powder it. Just the white stood out more, and plus I sweat like a hog, and it made it feel more authentic when I became a clown. But when I picked up an airbrush, which was a shitty Pro Air. Which okay, it wasn't Pro Air is real good. I like Pro Air. Pro Air is real good, but I'm a real big fan of like Iwatas now because once
yeah.
I got a hold of an Iwata, I was like, oh Cadillac, oh this is nice. I was like, fuck yeah, this is dope as fuck. I'm gonna veer off the conversation real quick and go on to a different subject. Tell me about Frankenfuel real quick.
Oh, Mike and his Frankenfield.
This is coming from Mike because he wanted me to ask the question, and I just wanted to ask for him.
He has been telling me for weeks. He's like, make sure you say some absolutely unhinged shit about me. But that man has probably become my internet best friend. Probably
Same.
for the last like 2-3 months, we I don't even know how to put it in words that are appropriate to put on a podcast.
Fucking send it. As long as it's not racial slurs,
No,
political, religious, fucking send it.
he's literally the funniest human being I have ever encountered. And like we go on one thing, we'll just talk about like, oh yeah, like I'm placing an order this week, and he'll be like, oh cool, like we're gonna make sure to get fucking Cardi B involved in this. And I'm not sure how Cardi B became our spirit animal, but she absolutely has,
That's awesome.
and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great to have like a fucking little Cardi B just chilling right next to you?
His delusional mind is convinced that one day, she will be our mascot. And I'm here for it. He's done so much. You might as well, if you can get Cardi B in, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he's such a huge supporter to us, and like we're a supporter to him, and like I talk to him at least once 3 times a week, and fuck, I just found out that he was in Burning Silence, and it like blew my fucking mind because like I used to listen to that shit when I was younger, and like I'm sitting here like, how the fuck did I become friends with a dude that was in a band that I used to listen to when I was younger? I'm like blown the fuck away, but he's been great guy. Dude is, like you said, he is unhinged, man, and he just says it, and he just keeps working. I don't understand how he keeps going.
Yeah, I found out about that too because the one time I had posted something about like a restaurant out by us, which is Noor, like Dark Spirits or whatever, and it's run by Josh Ball, who used to be in Motionless in White. And so he was like, "Oh man, like I have played with him before," and I was like, "Oh okay, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, like can you give him some Frankenfuel for me?"
Hey, he's got to promote his shit though, man.
So like I reached out to him and like talked to him, and then I got them two back in like cahoots, I guess. So that was pretty cool.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, big ol' shout out. Big ol' shout out for Frankenfuel. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Mike. All right, let's get back onto the conversations. Fucking love, dude, he's such a great dude. All right, do you remember the first night working in a haunt, and what was that experience like? Do you ever just do makeup?
So I do a lot up there now. I run their day show makeup room for Jess O'Reilly because she owns her own shop and she has a lot to do. So like I come in like at 8:30 in the morning. I do the makeup room for the day show. I get like a 2-3 hour break in between. Come in, do night show makeup, and then after night show makeup, I stay and do surveys, which is kind of acting ish but not acting. So you kind of just like stand there and wait for everybody to like come out of the last attraction and you vote for your coolest and your scariest attraction. But a lot of people do try to convince me to act. Like next weekend, they want me to act and be a character who is outside of Sector 13 that is really mean because they just think I'm good at being mean, I guess.
What do you mean by day shows?
Oh, so they run a day show called Little Grims. This is their second year doing it. So they're open from like 11 until 3, and they have storytellers on the wagon, and we kind of make it more for, I think it's like an age group of like 3 and up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so then they have like a bunch of like the cute characters, and they play the kids songs, and they have like games out in the commerce area. So they've been doing pretty well with that.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty neat. And how many attractions do you guys have? I do this thing where like I do a lot of research, but I don't do a lot of research at the time. I just build like our script for like our show and stuff and what I want to ask. But I want the reactions to be like as raw and as authentic as it can be because I don't want to sit here and ask a question that I already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm asking. I don't
know.
How many attractions do you guys have?
We have a total of 5 attractions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, I did see on their on Google, because I didn't want to open up their page because like I'm always nosy and I just like I see it and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna click on it. I see that you guys have a hayride.
We do.
Cool. How long is your guys' hayride?
So they kind of blend all into each other aside from the last 2 attractions.
Okay.
So at first, I think altogether it takes like 90 minutes at first. Like all together, I think it's like 90 to 120 minutes.
Holy shit. Damn.
Yes. So you take the hayride, and then you get off of hayride and go into the Lost Carnival. You walk through the Lost Carnival, and then you get to Delirium. And then you go into Delirium and you walk through Delirium. And then after that, you get back onto the hayride and finish the last part of the hayride.
Oh, I've never heard it be.
You get to rest your little legs.
I've never even
Yeah.
heard it to be done like that. I mean, I've heard about like traveling to different spots and then that's it. But
I'm
not,
stealing that idea. I'm gonna use a tram.
you didn't, a tram.
Yeah, like a tram,
like some like
like a subway tram. You know, one of those like a subway car, but I'm gonna make it a tram, and I'm gonna drop your ass off at the haunt. You're gonna go through, like she just said, you're gonna go through some of the haunt, but then the tram's waiting on you at the end of that
it's
one
like some Call
section.
of Duty shit.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go to the next haunt on that thing. I'm gonna give people, and then hey, while we're on there, we're gonna serve some snacks.
Kind
Yeah, you might as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a cool idea. I've never even thought. That's really fucking awesome that they
We're
do that.
upping it. Upping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
And
said,
then-
but we said it on the show now.
Ah,
So then now they know when we stole it.
Well, I patented it already.
But they already. Never mind. I'm not gonna get to it. So, how is your perception of the haunt world since you have been in the haunt world? How do you see it now?
It is a wild place that you probably can't put into words to the average person. That's kind of how I look at it.
That's very
Like, I
true.
didn't know like what to expect walking into there. And like, my first day, like I didn't really get to see much. I kind of hid in the shadows for like my first 2 years. I came in, I did makeup, and like I kind of just left. I was very like observant of like what was going on, who's around, like I don't know. I don't know if I was like, a little on edge of being like, what else is going on out there.
Yeah.
But then like my third year, I got more involved and I like talked to more people. And it's just like, it's so different everywhere too, especially meeting people from other haunts now. But it's like, you don't realize how close you get from spending a full weekend of 6-7 weeks at a time with people. And from one point I was like, oh, before I was in the haunt world, it's just like, oh, like look at all these little weirdos,
Yep. Oh yeah.
And now I am one of the little weirdos.
Yes, you
and
are. Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for anything.
No, and then like, oh man, I never really thought about that. Like, you really build such a bond with a person that you just met, hours before you even haunted, and especially like as an actor, you're put in scene with somebody. I did this with one of my like friends that, well, unfortunately, I don't talk to him no more. But then, never met this kid in my life, never, and I worked with him one weekend, and I became best friends with him. We did everything together. We came up with plans. We talked about haunting. What are we going to do the next weekend? And then haunt season stopped. And usually 9 times out of 10, when haunt season stops, like you just vanish for 10 months
Right.
and then you come back. Not with this dude. This dude just kept on like, hey man, like, what are you doing? You want to come over and like drink some beer and stuff? And that was a fun year. That was just a great year. But it's just like, just that in general, like you create such a bond with a person that you've never met before.
Mhm.
You do some off the wall shit on the off seasons, even if it has nothing to do with haunting, but you build something out of nothing, and then all of a sudden it turns into something. It's wild. It's fucking wild. But that's just so cool. So are you still afraid?
There's a lot of us that try to get like groups of people together like off season, just so like there's not that long month span where like you don't see these people.
Right.
The ones that are available, and like we do a lot of like outings. So
That's good.
we try to get together a lot.
Now, do you guys do anything on the off seasons for your haunt?
We don't.
Don't? Okay.
A lot of it is outside, and we're in the country, in the middle of the woods. And when it snows, it's bad. You can't get up the mountain, and so
Dang. Okay.
yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool though. Now, since you are into the haunt industry, going on, this is, what is it, 4 years, right?
This is my 5th season.
Fifth
yeah.
season. Okay. How do you look at it now? Are you less scared? Or are you still a scaredy pants?
I'm a lot less scared. I think it's just because of the people I see all the time. Now, when I go elsewhere, I think the distraction of the makeup helps a lot. Because now I walk through and I'm like, oh wow, like look at this one's makeup, look at their makeup, and look at that design, look at that.
Yeah.
It kind of distracts the part of being scared.
I wish I can say that.
But I definitely do still get scared though.
Yeah,
Like I walked through my haunt, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I walked through Sector, which is the one that I hate the most. Um, and I feel like they torment me on purpose because they know that I don't like it.
yeah.
And I screamed like a little bitch. Like I didn't even know that like I could scream like that, but I screamed like a little girl.
It's just like I wish I can say that because like I've been through my haunt tons and tons of times. I've been through other haunts tons and tons of times, you know, and I've been working in the haunt industry for 20 years and I'm still a pussy. I don't understand. I don't know why
He's like that at work.
I am a I'm a bitch. I'm gonna say it.
Guys at work know how he is, so they purposely go after him at work too.
I try not to tell anybody because like I'm really jumpy. I don't know why I'm jumpy. Jumpy. I say can't even talk. I don't know if it's like my ADHD. Like I get hyper focused on something, so like reality just disappears, and I'm only focused on this like little circle. And all of a sudden, you know, reality hits me by someone grabbing me by my hips, or you know, throwing a firecracker at me, or some old fuck named Kurt comes up to me and just scares the shit at me at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm half. It never leaves me. I hate it so bad. I don't tell people that much because like especially if like I'm in a new place meeting new people and I'm like, yeah dude, I'm all about this, but in reality I'm just shivering on the inside. So like, you know, the art behind the monster. What made you fall in love with makeup, the haunt world of makeup? Like what really got you so interested? Did you have like inspirations or anything?
So, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of more so just like, you know, a lot of people come into the haunt world thinking, you know, like just being themselves, but like they find a way to escape
Mhm.
like the reality. So you're making these people into someone that they want to be, or like that they get to be a full-blown version of themselves.
Absolutely.
And like I never really realized it until like I think it was probably like my second year. Like my first year it was just like, oh, like I like doing this. It's something that I like to do. But then you don't really notice how many people are so involved in it, like even on an emotional aspect where it's like this is the place where I can come and be not be judged and be 100% myself.
Yeah.
And so I feel like being able to help them be that part of themselves also helps motivate me.
Absolutely.
I'll pick up.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool as a makeup artist. And I'm still learning the ropes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a shitty fucking makeup artist, but I'm just
You never
grungy.
stop
And
working.
no, you don't. And I just learned something last weekend, and like I'm still like, holy shit! Like it's just this. I think this year is like my first year where I'm like super interested on learning how to do makeup. I don't know why it took this long. I guess I'm a slow learner. Excuse me. And but it's so intriguing, and like how you said, it's like I did this kid 2 weeks ago, and it was super simple. It was nothing crazy. And I never did his makeup before, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, man." He's like, "I was like, hey, what's up, man? Like, what scene are you in?" And he told me, he's like, "Yeah, I'm just thinking about doing something different." I'm like, "All right, what are you thinking about?" He's like, "Do you know like the band Sleep Token?" I'm like, "Do I know the band Sleep Token?" I'm like, "Come on, dude. Like, you know it. Like, come on." Anyways, I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know their logo?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, can I do like an inspiration for like their logo like on my chest?" And like I'm just going shirtless all night because it was warm that night. And I'm like, at first I was kind of hesitant about it, but I'm like, you know what, fuck it, dude, let's do something. And at first he was kind of hesitant. I was kind of worried about it because like I just did like a small little base, and then I made it, and everything was all said and done. And then when he turned around and looked in the mirror, his reaction made me so happy because I knew that night he was gonna kick ass because he got something that he wanted. He
Yeah.
looked great. The fact that he got his favorite band on his chest.
He was excited.
It was that excitement of bringing joy to him brought joy to me that made my night 10 times better because I was already going through some shit. And for him to do that, I was like, bro, like that was so cool because even though it was a really simple piece to do on him, but it was so cool to get that awesome reaction. And he won Best Actor that night. What the fuck?
I love that.
So
I would
it's
have
like,
loved for that to happen.
and it's like, oh my gosh, that is such a great feeling. And to make somebody really feel themselves because
Right.
you did it, it's like a little little pat on the shoulder. A
Pat on
little
the
bit.
back.
Yeah, it's like, "Ah, man, I did something." Now, so when you sit down and to create a look, where does your inspiration come from? Do you have like, pictures hanging up like on your wherever your station is, or do you have like a certain technique you go off of? Like, what is like one of your things that you love going by?
So like I have a big album in my phone that I keep like just reference photos from things that I've done. But there's also like so many people that I follow like on Instagram that I use as like reference pictures because all of them are just fantastic. And kind of like you said too, like I didn't start taking makeup seriously, I think, until January of this year.
Yeah.
Like at first it was kind of just like, I would just go and do my makeup and just leave because it was just like it was a job, but like I liked being there, but I did what I had to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like once I started, so all right, here's a whole lab that I'll start.
Yeah, go for it.
But so like in December I went to Laurel's for the first time. I started venturing out and like going to other haunts because I never did. Like I would follow these people on Instagram and I was like, I changed my whole Instagram into strictly just a makeup thing, which I started networking more and meeting a bunch of people. So in December I went to Laurel's for the first time and just kind of getting that glimpse of other haunts, things that you're not used to that are different from your haunt.
Yeah.
And then come January, I got me and our makeup team were invited to a makeup jam. So that was the first one I had ever went to. And then after that, it was just like more consistent. It was being, I went back to Laurel's and for Valentine's Day. And then we got invited to more makeup jams. So it was like, these people that I met, like finally are meeting off the Instagram that like I would like look up to. Like I would use all of their things as like reference pictures and yada yada,
Yeah.
So it's like, I get a lot of reference from other artists and then just kind of try to base it off of their character too and make it into your own detailed thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know over the weekend I was talking to one of our makeup artists and dude, I don't she's so afraid to put her stuff out there. But she's so fucking good and she knows it. And that's the cool thing about it. And she uses a bunch of like what's her name? It's not Mandy, but it's in the same realm as Mandy. But anyways, she did this makeup and the actor turned around and I was like, EJ, you have to start posting these pictures. And she said, well, I don't want anybody to think that I'm stealing. You're not stealing. This ain't stealing. We're not. That's not.
You put your own twist to it.
You put your own twist to it. You used a great reference photo, and you brought it to life.
And a lot of people love to see that too.
Yes, and I said you have to start.
Did you go pat her on the back?
I fucking did.
Good.
She did a great job, and like that, I've never seen.
I just don't picture you leaving your station to go pat somebody on the back.
She's right behind me.
Oh, she's behind you.
She's literally right behind me.
Oh.
And like I was so blown away about her work and just the way that she brought all the white highlights in and everything was just so good. I was like, holy shit. And she's like, well, I just don't.
You should have made a figure like I made a figure for you out of the doctor glove. You should have made her figure. Said, here, this is your award tonight.
She needs one, dude, because she's a phenomenal makeup artist. But like you said, like it's really cool to. I love working behind her and then like my old lady because my old lady, she's a really good makeup artist. And then we got EJ, and then you got Messy Macabre right here. Like I'm just flinging paint and just trying to make something out of it. But I learned so much. The feedback, and it's just like people like that, like put yourself out there.
Yeah,
you need to.
It took me a while to start posting on Instagram because like I am my biggest like hater, honestly. I'm like, this is awful, I should never post it.
Yes,
but like if it wasn't for my team, like I feel like there's been so many times where I was ready to just be like, I can't do this, like it's just it's not for me, when the whole time it was just I was just beating my own ass about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope I'm not like that. I mean, I am like that, but I hope like I'm just like tooting my own horn a little bit when I said I look like my shit looks like crap, and then in reality it just looks like shit. So hopefully I'm just beating myself up. What type of airbrush do you prefer?
So right now I use an Iwata.
Let's go.
I like that's what our haunt uses too. I went out and bought my own just because I started doing a lot of like off-season stuff.
Mhm.
But definitely, we definitely like the Iwatas.
Good. Are you using the Eclipse?
So at work, at the haunt, we use the Eclipse ones. Yes. Right now, I'm not even sure exactly what mine is.
Okay. I mean, okay. Yeah.
It's like it's a top feed one that's like I don't know, like good for like the detailing and stuff.
Right. Right. With
I
the
wish I
fine
knew
lines.
exactly what the name was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Those
so
ones.
I run two airbrushes when I'm at work now because I'll use like the Eclipse for like, basing out and stuff like that, and then I'll
Mhm.
use the other one for like the fine lines and stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like right now, I only have one Iwata, and that's an Eclipse, and I use that for, like more like detailing and stuff. But I use my Pro Air because I don't have another Iwata, and I'm broke all the time. Um, but I've been using my Pro Air for the base itself, and it does its job. Sometimes it does better than my Iwata, which I'm like, what the fuck, dude. But I don't know. I yell at my gun all the fucking time because like for some reason Pro Air, it's not Pro Air. I don't know if it's us or whatever or the environment we're in, but our black this year it's just been shit. I don't know why it just keeps clogging, and it's not just me. It's everybody that we're having problems. And
Sure.
like the black this year is just like, oh, it's defeating me. I don't
Reduce
know.
it.
We have reduced. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know
The
if
whole
it's,
batch.
hell yeah. I don't.
Like, I literally just get a big old jug and just mix it with that and some reducer.
Well, it's just weird because it's like for some reason it just keeps clogging and stuff. But I honestly try my best not to use black as much. Black is like it's fun to use, but I try not to use it as much. Do you and I you pro I mean I'm not even gonna ask this question. Do you like I'm guessing you guys do Pro Air?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna skip that question. So how long does it like? What's your guys' duration when it comes to doing your guys' makeup?
Oh, so I would say it's probably about 3 hours
3 hours.
the whole mountain.
Okay.
And we range from like 14 to 16 makeup artists.
And so when it comes to busting out all these actors and actresses coming in, do you guys have a time limit? Like, do you guys have like 10-minute faces, 12-minute faces, and then towards the end it's like 5-minute faces?
Yeah. So we kind of try to just base them off of like where they're placed that night for like acting or whatever. And so there's some faces that like where you only get to see them for 2 seconds.
Mhm.
You try to just you put more like depth and stuff into it, and that'll be like your quickest looks. But then we have like our specific people where you could take a good 15 minutes and make those looks longer.
Yes, absolutely. What's your favorite type of character you like doing?
A lot of sector looks. I like doing sector because I really like doing like the gory, like oil veining type of looks.
So, I mean, fuck, you just answered one of my other questions.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Now, are you more of like, I know, like with like when I'm doing makeup and stuff, I always like, I like grunginess. I'm always been like a super grungy makeup artist because, like, we have a lot of low lighting in our haunt. Like, we have 6 attractions. It's a huge park, and I do some fine detailing with some of our actors and stuff, but a lot of this times I try to just like if I see somebody, it's like, all right, I know the shadows is gonna illuminate the creepy feature a little bit, so like I'll do like some splatter paint and stuff, and then it's like, okay, see you, bye. Which I feel bad about because there's some people that have some like really great costumes and they come
Forget
in.
airbrushing. Just start doing the stroll.
I don't want to spit in their face. I only do that with the mask.
Why? It comes out gory.
It does.
There you go.
Now, does your actors hate scab blood?
We don't use so some of them they hate blood, yeah, but we don't use a lot of like specifically scab blood.
Okay. Yeah,
But our blood does stain, so there's some people that are like minimize the blood, but they'll be in a scene where they need all of the blood.
yeah.
So yeah. But my favorite thing is to shoot people with blood, especially when they don't want it.
I love it. I know
It's my
this.
favorite part.
Oh fuck yeah! Like if you're gonna sit here and stink in front of me, I'm gonna hit you with some blood.
You need like one of those T-shirt cannons, but put blood down in it real quick and
So like, what's your process for transforming an actor personally into believing my brain right now.
Spit it.
Yeah, that question's gone. So have you ever created a design that is emotional and affectionate to a person that is wearing it?
No, but I have not necessarily anyone that I have done. Not that they have made known, at least. But there are a lot of people that I see like within, the artist next to me that literally like the second they put the makeup on, they're just totally in character that like you can't break them until they wipe it off. They could be clocked out and as long as they have that makeup on, they will forever be in character. And like they just get so devoted and like you can't get them to stop. Like we have bonfires at the end of the night. So the surveys that I do, they go to our like speeches and get-togethers at the end of the night at our
Yeah.
commerce area, and then a lot of the actors will get awards and stuff.
Mm.
And like this person will be sitting there at the bonfire and just totally relaxing and chilling, and but will still 100% be in character. And it's just the craziest thing to me. Like they've posted pictures in like our Facebook page and stuff because it's just insane how much like he will not change until that makeup comes off of their face.
It's really hard to. And I couldn't tell you why, but there are times because after I get done with makeup, I usually, if I don't have work on thirds or I'm not on seconds or whatever, I go out there and act. Excuse me. And I know last weekend I locked in, not too much because I know what happens when I go too much. I get in trouble. But I know it is hard because once you get your contacts in, you get your teeth in, you get your costume on, you get your makeup on, and then all of a sudden you put the color in your mouth, and then all of a sudden you turn yourself into this creature and you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, see you later, dude. I'll see you whenever, maybe on Sunday. But it's really hard to just act normal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why it happens or anything. It's just, it's cool. And I like that. I like that a lot. Now,
It just brings out a different side of you.
I think that's the real side of me, unfortunately.
It could
I
be.
think it's just like one of those things where I'm so happy to just finally just let loose for 4 or 5 hours and act like a complete idiot for. I mean, and it's just I don't know how to explain it. Like I just love acting. It's just a weird, wild ride. Now, how do you balance speed, quality when you're under time pressure before showtime?
Oh my God. I genuinely don't know. Actually. I wish I had like a straightforward answer for you, but like I don't know. A lot of the times my weekends kind of feel like a fever dream because I go for so long throughout the day. So it's like I go nap in my car in between because I'm like if I don't, like I'm gonna fall out right here.
Oh man, no, it's stressful at times, and like
Yeah.
it's really exhausting, and your hand turned, you get the fucking locked hands, your brain is overwhelmed with so many different lines and techniques, and you're trying to create something, and all of a sudden you're blocked. Like, have you ever been in a where you're doing makeup and you're realizing that you're just
Brain just shuts down.
it just
sometimes.
shuts down. And
Like
you
I
just,
stand there and stare at people and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, honestly, yeah, but like no, because I'm just trying to stare at your face and come up with
When your brain
something.
shuts down, grab a Frankenfuel.
yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Right.
No, I actually last year I discovered I was stuck in like limbo. I was stuck in a loop. And I realized that I was just using the same colors back and forth and the same style of makeup. It would be, yeah, I don't know why I couldn't get out of this technique of, I don't know where I even did. It was a shitty fucking thing I was doing. And it was like, have you ever had like where you were just stuck in a loop and you're just like, you don't even realize what you're doing. You're just creating the same thing, but in different colors.
Yeah, no, I feel like every weekend I have like a specific loop that I fall in, and it lasts for the weekend, and then I'm like, all right, Jess, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
by
Man.
Sunday, you're like, okay, we need to figure this out and change it.
And then on Friday, you're just back to it.
Yeah. Hopefully by Friday, it's like maybe we have a different loop.
Yeah, I
But
feel that.
I tend to like fall in that, but like also like our head of makeup, Jess, is like who's also Jess as well. Um, she's like one of my best friends, but she's also like she catches on to things. Like she's so observant with her makeup team that it's like she'll acknowledge it before you even do. Or like in like what you were saying with like finding time, and like she'll give you specific people that'll be like, she knows how you move like work, and she'll give you this person. And like she has like a method to her madness too, where it's like if she knows it's a person who would have like a more detailed makeup, but she needs you to be faster, she will give you that person knowing that you're taking a little more extra time,
Yeah.
just because she wants to push you to know that like like you can do this,
Hmm.
so you're not beating yourself up.
Well, it's good to have motivation and support like that. That's really good because, and structure is very important.
Right, yeah.
You want motivation? I'll get a taser.
Oh, she's the first person to be like, oh, you can't do this. Yes, you can. Here you go.
Yeah, that's awesome to have a person like that, especially that's like And you said that she is like head makeup.
Yeah, she's been the head makeup for, I can't even give you a timeline, but it's like a really long time.
That's awesome. Yeah, and people that like know what they're doing and how to structure a good team and keep them together. That is a key thing. And communicating, God bless it, it is communicating is the key thing of anything. I mean, work, life. You have to have communication.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have to have that bond with your people, not just leave them.
You guys got a bond in your makeup room?
Yeah, sure we do. We do. And it's great, and I think this is probably our strongest year so far when it comes to having like a good relationship between every team member we have. So like, what is like usually like your mindset once the night starts and you start airbrushing people? Like, what is like your main focus you want to try to accomplish?
Um, I don't know. Really, probably just like I try to do better than I did the night before.
Okay.
Some nights, they get so long and the hours kind of just feed into each other. And like I said before, like I'm my biggest critic.
Mhm.
So I'm super hard on myself. So I really try to just put as much effort into each person and make everybody kind of better than they were the night before. And even if it's not a super big makeup, just make it exactly what you would expect it to be,
Yeah.
without beating my ass about it. Because once I get into my head, I start to fumble, you know, and so I really try not to do that. And with the people that I have around me too, they help so much.
That's good. Yeah,
Like
that's
they notice when you're like falling behind, and you're like, give you a little bit of motivation, be like, hey, like you're doing fine, or you're doing great.
You
yeah.
need a piece of candy.
Yeah, no, and and that's one thing, we keep candy on all of our stations, and we blast music, so it's always a good time. Everyone, and even the actors too. Like once they start coming to you more than once, they know when you're like, okay, you're a little different today. Like you're
It
doing great.
isn't
You're-
that isn't that like a great feeling when like actors come to you on every weekend and you start realizing, especially like when you first start being a makeup artist. Like I remember when I first started, I'm like, dude, I'm dog water. And then now I got like people come to me like, hey man, like I got a great idea for you. Or I got people fucking messaging me on off season trying to build a character. And I'm like, bro, like let me think. It is January. We have
Yeah.
until September. So like we have long ways to go. Let's let the year, but they don't stop. But I love it. I have like I have a big group of people now where I've bonded with doing their makeup throughout the years, and I love that feeling. It's like, cool, this is neat. I'm really feeling good about myself. Now, like what really keeps since now this is your 5th season, what really keeps you really more focused on trying to improve yourself as a makeup artist each and every time? Because I know there's moments where there are mental blocks, there's time after times where you're like, fuck man, I don't know what I'm doing, how am I doing this? Like what really keeps you just that fire ignited where you're just like, fuck it, I'm veering off a different path and I'm gonna do this differently?
I would say like the motivation from the team itself. We all try to hype each other up. You know, like we'll post pictures of our weekends and we'll in our group chat, but like also on top of that, just like the acknowledgement. And like the acknowledgement isn't everything, but it's good to hear that you're doing good. Or, you know, the questions of like, when did you get so good at this? And, you know, things like that. Like the little compliments that motivate you.
Yeah.
And, you know, just everyone like learning from each other. Like I had one girl in our makeup team that was like, you know, I want you to know like I look up to you. And I was like, me? Like little old me? Why? But like I said, I beat myself up so much that I don't take credit for like a lot of the things that I have done and the things that I've put together for like the other girls on the makeup team.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. Because it's like, it's just one of those things where, you know, that first interaction of like how you just said, it's like, oh, I look up to you. And it's like, why, dude? Like, why are you gonna sit here and try to make me feel good when I'm trying to make you look scary? Like, you're distracting me
Mhm.
because now your makeup's gonna look like more shit. So let's take a step back from all the sad stuff and let's get a little scary. Now, speaking of scary, what does fear mean to you?
Oh God. I have. Why is that such a hard question? I don't know. Honestly, like, hmm, I don't know.
Yeah, welcome to the Dark Carousel podcast.
Right, you're picking my brain in a way I didn't know that would happen. I don't.
How would you put fear into a perspective while you're doing your art? Do you try to bring your fear to life, or do you try to bring like something that really scares you, or do you give it as an advice?
Yes, I would say if I would just sit back and think about my fears, I do try to put it into makeup books, I guess.
Okay.
But how I would explain it, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to try to put into words, I guess.
Yeah, I think fear itself is one of those things where you either let it control you or you control it. And I
Right.
think the way I look at fear is it is a it's a book. And obviously there's so many pages of fear, but it's like, how are you going to take it? How are you going to present it? How are you going to control this fucking thing that's locked in your brain? And I just like, it's like my nightmares. I have nightmares constantly. I used to hate them. I love my nightmares so much because they give me so much inspiration on doing so many different things. Or if like I get like ideas where I want to make like a short film or something, I just like I write it down or I just like copy and paste. Like I'll call him sometimes about some shit that goes in my brain, and he's like, "Dude, you need to take your medicine." And I'm like, "I know, but I really need to tell you this story real quick."
No, I just hang up.
Yeah, just like, I don't do. I'm just.
I'm asleep. Like,
But it's just really cool to bring it to life. It's really cool to talk about like fear because it's just something that we can't control. And I think that if we bring it to life with makeup, costuming, mask, acting, body language, using a crutch or something in general,
Mhm.
it's like a sign of, it's like a feeling of release. It's like, oh, you're fucking scary. I don't like that. I did something wrong. But okay, that is a really hard question. But let's ask this question. So, like, if you could tell your younger self one thing about this career, what would it be?
Is that it's not as intimidating and scary as I thought it was. And I should have started sooner.
Right, I feel it.
Definitely.
Daggone.
Intimidating, yes. It is you have your moments where it is extremely intimidating. But I feel the people make it less intimidating.
Oh yeah.
If you're surrounded by the right people and they feed you with positivity, then you will absolutely go in the right direction if you have the right mindset for it.
I think in general, like when you like when we're younger, our imagination is so freaking wide where we
Right.
don't have no ways to control it. So we see things a lot differently than as we do as an adult. And I've noticed that with like horror movies. I've noticed that in just like daily routines of life. It's not that bad. You know, that ceiling's not as tall as it used to be.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh shit.
For you, that ceiling's really tall.
Dude, fuck you. I've heard that all day. I get, okay, I'm 5'7". I'm not even that short. I am a, fuck
Okay.
you.
When you work with everybody that's a foot taller than you, it's a difference. Yeah, you can't argue that.
I can't.
Because, yeah,
I'm short. They're just racist towards short people.
I guess.
So like, what has this community taught you so far about yourself as a person and as an artist?
They've taught me more than one thing, you know, like there's a lot of things that I didn't realize about myself before I became super close with like the haunt world. That I am more capable of doing the things that I wanted to do than I thought I was.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you know, I beat the shit out of myself sometimes, and just allowing people to, you know, be a part of that world with me instead of being so closed off, and taking the constructive criticism and learning from everybody. It really just kind of opens your eyes to like a whole new world.
Oh, absolutely. I love criticism. I've learned that I've learned to love criticism because of haunting. I've learned to, when someone criticizes me, I don't take it to heart. No more, I learn from it, and I get those ideas. Not exactly like, hey, you should try this. I'm not going to try it like I'll try it, but if it's something that I don't like, I'll still like tweak it in a way to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable. But
Right.
like, yeah, like you said, it's like you discover something in yourself that you've never really had, and you know, you have people that are there to support you along the way. And it's really important to have those people by your side to really push yourself to be who you really want to be. And now you're just not afraid to express yourself on how you want to do it, because you express yourself doing makeup on these people that you've either first time meeting, or you know, somebody that you see every weekend. But that's really
Right.
neat.
Absolutely.
Now, do you?
Not everybody comes off as a lot of times learning from constructive criticism, you know, you think people are, like you said, are being mean, but they're not, you know. And you have to, the hardest part was learning that that's not the case.
Yeah, yeah. It's tough and it's a battle, but you just learn to be like, all right, Caleb, I'm gonna be professional about this and be super respectful. I understand.
Mhm.
Cool. Do you believe that the monsters you helped create have souls? I don't know what the hell I wrote right there. Let's not ask that question.
Not too late.
Dude, it's just my brain today, dude. It was a rough morning. So like when you walk through your haunt, do you love seeing your work in action?
I do.
Cool.
I do. And I feel like that is what makes the peace part to the chaos. You know, when, like I said earlier, where it's like some days get so busy and so stressful, where that's your moment of being like, this is exactly why I do it. And like it's all worth it. Seeing them be in character and knowing like I put that face to that monster is probably one of the greatest feelings.
Now, do you look forward to seeing your creation out there on the floor? Like when I say that, it's like you the anticipation of, I don't know how you guys do it, but the way we do it is like sometimes like I'll act like I'm a customer. I'll go through the lines and I'll wait, and I'll enjoy the aspect of waiting in a haunt line. And it's like, man, I cannot wait to see this person because I know they're gonna look badass. Have you ever had a
Yeah.
moment where you were like, you put so much work onto somebody, and then all of a sudden you go and see them and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, or you know, they're wearing a mask or a costume and they're hiding everything you just did?
Yes. I've had people be like, well, they like to, a lot of actors like to make it seem like the makeup artist is the biggest part of their character, but it's not. Because you can have a shitty makeup artist with a great personality where you make that character better than it was, and vice versa. You can have a fantastic makeup artist on like an actor who's not motivated, and it just makes it just as bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it really has to be like a 50-50 thing where like my good makeup and your great motivation can create an amazing actor.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I remember one time I put so much work into this guy, and I actually had like a really proud moment, and I was like, man, this looks really good. And I finished cleaning up my station, and I go out there, and I'm about to walk the trail. Get in line. I waited, walking the trail, and then all of a sudden, I approached the guy, and he's coming at me, and he's wearing a mask, and he's covered up, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like I can't say nothing because like I'm not the manager or anything, but that's just my brain talking. I'm like, I spent so much time on you,
Yeah.
and you're covered. I was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
It's
And then
probably the worst feeling.
oh my goodness. And I remember he came in the next day. He's like, hey, can I get the same thing? And I'm like, no, dude, you're getting black eyes and a black mouth, and you're getting the fuck out. Like, you lost me. I'm sorry, man. I had so much motivation with you yesterday. Today, no, you getting black eyes. Sorry, dude.
I understand having to like switch spots and like things happen, but like if that's not the case and you're just like, yeah, I want this, but then you're putting a mask over it, no.
Oh god.
And you're done.
It's like it's like making a puzzle, and then all of a sudden you make it, and you take a glimpse out of it, and then someone comes up and slides it off the table.
That's gonna be my new thing.
Flips the table.
I'm gonna literally wait outside the maker room, and I'm gonna do a survey on which characters you do, and then I'm like, okay, what scenes are you in? Okay, great. I'm gonna take all the notes. I'm gonna literally run through the haunts before you get to them, and I'm gonna change the shit.
I will hit you in the face with a pillowcase full of soap, dude.
I will change it. That way, when you come through, wait a minute. I thought I.
Yeah,
He did it.
I'm gonna start throwing hands. Now, where do you see yourself in 5 years as a makeup artist in this industry?
I'm extremely humble about what I do. So
Good.
I hope I'm still doing exactly the same thing I do. Like I want to still be at Reapers, motivating everybody else to learn from everyone and keep growing. I've told all of them to like make it an Instagram, post your things, do what you do, and you know network with people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this haunt world isn't what some people make it out to be. It's not all bad. And you will find your people where you can learn from everyone, and everyone has such different techniques.
Oh yeah.
So, like, I am currently like the networking person for our makeup team. So, I reach out to a lot of people and try to get them involved with our makeup team so that they can learn and so they can keep pushing and being everything that they want to be. A lot of our makeup girls are younger, so they have the time to, you know, keep growing and keep pushing themselves and seeing everybody else's stuff and just learning. Like that's my biggest thing is that like I said before, you never stop learning.
No, you don't. And I think if somebody, like I say this all the time, you never should be able to stop ever.
No.
And if you do stop, then you're doing something wrong. If you have it all, then it's like someone saying, it's like, hey, would you want to be rich? No, I don't want to be rich. Because if someone gives me, like $5 million, will I be happy? Absolutely. But I didn't work for it.
No, you want to be rich in life.
Dude, I've been working my entire life. Someone offered me money, damn straight. I want to be rich.
Well, exactly. It's like it's nice, but it's just like one of those things.
Don't feed me your bullshit.
It's the truth. Like if someone like literally, will I accept the $5 million?
Nope.
Absolutely.
Change it. You can't change your answer because then you just said you want to be rich.
I would rather work for my goals than anything. I love the aspect
I'll do it
of
again.
working really hard for what I get because you can tell a story with it. That's what we do for the show. We work for what we get. We just don't go out there and just have it. It's not fun doing it that way. I want to build a story. I want to build a book. I want to build memories with so many people. Now
You put yourself out there and make it happen.
exactly. Now, do you have any dreams of expecting to get into more FX stuff or like making masks, making prosthetics, or even doing like films or teaching others like you said?
I would love to, yeah. So like right now I do like our aunt makes their own prosthetics.
Cool.
So that is one thing that I have been working with Jess O'Reilly because I wanted to learn. And there's a couple of us that do so. So she started teaching sculpting classes so that we can start making prosthetics as like a whole for our haunt, because she makes them, but like she's been teaching everybody else to make them.
Hmm.
But like I definitely do want to become to a point where I'm able to teach people the things that I know. Like it's one thing to teach, a new hire and like other artists that work there. But like to be able to just like learn as much as possible and like, teach anybody who reaches out to you.
Right.
And I'm not gonna do it anytime soon because it's me and I'm
Right.
a, the biggest hater to myself. But will I do it eventually? I would love to, yes.
Good.
And I love to. So right now, what I do is I just, I reach out to everybody else and help them teach the people that I want to thrive.
That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, what is one of your favorite wounds you love to make on an actor?
Mm, I just, I just wing it. A lot of the time. A lot of the times, like like you said, like you get that moment where your brain goes to mush.
Yeah. Yeah, this year for some reason I'm a big fan of like the bash skull right here, where it's just like it's not just the side of the head or anything. It's like in the hair and it's drooling down, and I don't know what it is about that, but that just makes me excited. I love just the blood aspect.
We
Now,
had a class in like July, and we had Mandy and Alejo come and do like a weekend boot camp. So like a lot of things that me amongst everybody else has been doing is like Mandy's daggers, and that has been a big staple this year in a lot of our characters.
I need to learn the daggers, and I also need to learn. I just learned how to do like white highlights, and it's like I'm not saying I learned it. I haven't like fully like mastered it down yet, but I'm like once I realized it, like I'm visually like seeing EJ's the one that taught me, and she was like, yeah, just shape, and I'm saying like, what are you talking about? She said, Arthur, watch, you're shaping the colors, and I'm like, oh, and I saw it like right in front of me. I'm like, there ain't no way, because
Now it all makes
I
sense.
always thought that you put the white last. No, you put the white second to last, and then you shape it. I'm like, dude, that makes so much sense. I don't, and it's so simple. And I like when she did that, my brain just melted. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Sometimes it's the simplest things where you're like, wow, that looks so hard, and they're like, literally, it's just you do this, and you're like, no way.
I'm just like, I don't know. It just blows me away. Like I'm just sitting here like for years, I've been trying to figure it out on my own without asking. And I've been seeing EJ do it, and I'm like, how do you do it? Like what are you doing? Like explain this to me. And she showed me, and I'm just like, just took a step back, and I'm like, oh my god. So now I know what I'm trying to get used to and
Right.
change my technique on how to do stuff. Now, 2 more questions, and these are the hard ones. These are the 2 hardest ones.
Okay.
All right, you ready for this? All right, here we
I think I'm ready.
go. What legacy do you want to leave behind in the haunt world when you leave?
That I tried, that's all I can do. That, I tried every day, and you put if you put your all into it, that you'll become something and succeed.
Absolutely.
And it's really like all it is. You can be anything. You can be a jack of all trades in the haunt world if you just try.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And that's really like all it comes down to. And like it's a very simple answer, but it's so true at the same time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I think anybody that, even it's like professionals, they're trying.
Mm-hmm.
They're always trying. And, but there's always going to be that one person that, tries a little better. And then it's like, what are you doing? You're trying better. So it's just that motivation.
You put the work and the effort in, like it'll get you far.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is.
I
Like
love
there's
that.
always a place for somebody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, the most important question of them all. What does haunting mean to you, and why?
Haunting is it is my comfort during my year. And it's just because of like, you know, for real? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Like, the family we built from going from not talking to anybody for like the first couple years and just kind of like sitting back and observing everything to like where I'm at now, like there's just a group of people where it's like we all go in and we do our absolute best and we try all day, all night long. And then we all come together at the end of the night and, we talk about our recaps and, we just sit and enjoy each other's company. And like, that's that moment where you're like, this is exactly why I do what I do.
Hell yeah.
And like, this is why I come back every single year because regardless of whether it's an actor that motivates you or the higher ups or just like the people you surround yourself with, you're going to find your group and your group is going to be your biggest motivation.
That's awesome. Oh, I love that. Because it's like years prior of doing the makeup and stuff, we've always had people come and go, Caitlin, come and go, come and go. But I think this is like the first initial year where we all communicate and we all talk amongst each other as a makeup team. And I used to like not really focus a lot on the makeup chat or anything. But like this year has been different. This year's been more of like, hey, do you guys have any advice? Hey, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have that? There's like no like mean criticism. There's just more like, hey, like let's try this. Like people were helping each other, and it's like, I love this. I love this so much, and it's such a cool.
Kind of the same. We were saying that like a lot of people have been saying like this is the rebirth year for our haunt, and it's like it's noticeable. Just like everyone is in such good communication for the most part, and the relationships that everybody's building within each other, and we really have no complaints on the inside, which is probably the greatest thing we could ask for.
Especially as a makeup artist, because you do have that feeling of like, I hope they don't say something about the makeup, or I hope they they think that their makeup doesn't stink or something stupid or just something just real small that you just have in the back of your mind as a makeup artist. I mean, I do. I know I do. But this year we haven't really had that. I know it's nice. It's like I know years prior I've always wanted to be like I want to get my makeup done and I just want to get out there and act. This year it's like I want to keep doing makeup and wait to act.
Well, fine. Don't act no more.
It's just
you just do makeup.
I would.
You're done.
I just like it's so fun. I don't know. After learning like all these different techniques and talking to all these makeup artists or talking to all these actors and stuff, like you guys inspired me. Like it's cool to see people's works and then hearing their stories, and I feel more motivated to continue with it. It's just a great feeling.
I agree, especially after like helping the makeup team like get more involved with haunts that are local and working with other people and seeing the way that they all do it. You sit back. I sit back at the end of the night sometimes, and it's like I look at like the newer people's work, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that feeling. It's such a good feeling, and like what I've seen like with your work and stuff. It's like you have such an amazing talent that's going to take you so far into this industry, and don't stop that. I think what you got is great, and I think you should beat yourself up because I'd rather beat myself up than anybody else beat me up.
That part.
And I think it's like I think it's just like self communication. It's like, oh, you can do better, but that's like self motivation.
But everyone can do better, and like I said, like nobody stops learning, and if you continue to keep learning, you're just going to continue to keep being better than you were yesterday.
It's literally the definition of insanity. 100%.
And that's all you can do.
Yeah, and I don't want to be down that path because insanity drives me crazy. I think it drives everybody crazy.
It does.
Oh man, yeah. But yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I think you're doing absolutely wonderful, and your work's fucking amazing. It's so good. It is so fucking good, and I don't think there's like any problems with what you're doing. And I know like all the color basing you do, and like the detailing and stuff really brings out the monster in each character you paint and stuff. And it sounds like you got a badass little team. You got a badass little haunt, and you're a fucking, you may be a makeup artist, but you're a fucking haunter, 100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for taking time out of your day and really doing this for us, because it's such an opportunity to speak with each and every one of you guys, because your guys' story really means the world to us. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So do you have any questions for us before we let you go?
I don't think so. I think we've got it all down.
Heck yeah. All right. Mr. Sweets, bro, you have anything?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Well, thank you so much. And within the hour, we'll post the episode. I'll send you the link, and then we'll just go on from there. And again, thank you so much for this.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, that was Jess FX from Reaper's Revenge. And man, dude, I love that aspect, because it's like, she says she doesn't really act and stuff, but to be like a full-blown makeup artist like that, like that's a different perspective of the haunt world. You have a good team building skills. You have good ways to bond with actors and really focus on how to bring these characters to life. You have ways to communicate with other haunters and other stuff and bring inspiration, have people look up to you. You have more ways to fucking even ask, dude. Like, it's crazy. Again, like I said earlier, like it's just one of those things where I am starting to be more appreciative towards makeup artists than anything, which I'm not saying I wasn't like before, but now I'm starting to see it more better and hearing it from other people.
You know what I'd appreciate? If people would leave me the fucking alone, let me do my own goddamn makeup. Maybe I would do more makeup.
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just cool to just like hear people's stories on how they go upon doing stuff, and to bring these people. I don't know how to explain it. It's such a cool feeling. It's I don't know. Like I said earlier.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, I understand. For example, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I understand they pay makeup artists at haunts to do makeup, but if you have certain actors that do have the ability to do their own makeup, you're still getting paid no matter what. Whether you do 5 actors or 100 actors, you still get paid the same, whatever. But if you have that one actor or 2 actors or three or 4 actors that can do their own makeup, that's helping you out, and people should just let them do it. But you got a lot of places that just don't look at it that way.
Yeah, some places are like that, which I understand why, in a way. But then you also have like some people that really just come in and you look at them and you're like, oh no. Oh no. So like, I mean, I get ways of how going upon doing that and seeing how things are.
Well, I'm not saying you go out there opening night. I mean, for example, if you've never met the person before haunt season starts, if they even suggest, say, hey, I would like to do this, or put out a memo to all the managers, say, hey, if you have any actors that are wanting to do paint or whatever like that, and if they want to do their own makeup, that's fine. But
they have to prove it.
Prove it.
Yeah.
So therefore, that way the makeup team does know, okay, yeah, I trust this person. They're good to go. Sign off on it, whatever. That way it helps everybody out.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not saying just opening night. They just, surprise!
Yeah.
What are you
doing?
What is that, So I understand all that. But again, overall, I think you should give people chances, because some people, you never know, might blow your mind. Holy shit, you want to join the makeup team?
Yeah. Well, dude, that's what happened like with how I joined the makeup team. I was doing my own makeup, and it was what was asked.
Yeah, but I don't know, you got some special treatment going on out there. They love you. They let you do whatever the hell you want. Anybody else, like, you get your head ripped off.
I don't get it, dude. I just like it's just something that I don't know. I just love it. I love every.
You're just like one of those like little like stuffed bears that everybody just loves. I'm like one of those fucking toys that gets put back on a shelf in the corner somewhere, and they're like, fuck that thing.
What's that?
I got discontinued.
Squeaks from Toy Story.
Yeah. I got the dust and shit on me. I'm asthmatic. Can't breathe.
Nah, dude, it's not like that at all. It's not. I think you're great. I think just
I'm glad you think so.
You're great, man.
But anywho, alrighty, fuckers, we are out of here. It's been another lovely show. Thank you, Frank and Fuel.
And then tomorrow we have Miss Laurel from Laurel's House of Horror, so we're gonna sit down and talk with her. And then we have future episodes coming out. So guess what, guys? We are still fucking kicking because we are the fucking Dark Carousel.
We are busy.
And that is Mr. Sweets. And that is Snags. Steve, Arthur, and we are the Dark Carousel Podcast, and we love each and every single one of you. You guys are Haunter. Jess FX is a haunter, and guess what? This fucking carousel will never stop spinning
Since I put new bearings in.
since he put new bearings in.
Yeah, we're good to go.
See you guys.
This ride on the Dark Carousel may be over, but the horrors are far from done.